Good morning, how's everybody doing?
Great.
Good morning, how's everybody doing?
Great.
Awesome sauce. Alright. So what we're gonna go over is something that's, pretty simple that they've been teaching us. I've been in this company for about 4 years now. It's been the same message. All about you need to save money, you need to make money, everything like that also. So one concept that I actually love to talk about is the financial house when I'm doing KTH, which y'all should do something about KTH, right? And it's just a simple formula, For me, I didn't go to college or anything. Straight out of high school, got involved in this business. So the more simple it is, the better it's for me. The term "kids keep it simple, stupid" that definitely hurts me. So real quick, just so we're all on the same page, before I go into the financial house to talk about our finances inside the financial house, I'm going to explain exactly how the financial house actually works and everything also real quick. All right. So just like building up a house. The first thing you need to do is lay a foundation. Just like I built about finances, our foundation is our what? Income protection, right? So the first thing, I can't draw well, but we're going to make it happen. So the first thing is income protection, aka life insurance. Now, as you guys know, life insurance has the wrong name, so just like all other insurances, such as car insurance, if something happens to your car, you get a fixed car or a new car, right? Health insurance, home insurance, something happens to your house, you get a fixed house or a new house. But with your life insurance, something happens to your life, you don't get a fixed life or a new life. After this life, I know I get a better life, But, after this life, I get a much better life. I'm sure everybody else, hope everybody else does. So it doesn't really protect your life, but it protects the income that was coming in, right? Just because you're gone doesn't mean the bills stop coming in. Agreed? So we protect it with life insurance as well. Next thing we do is we quickly put up the walls and the roof over the house. In that roof, we have the will, living will, prepaid legal power of attorney, right? After that, first floor is we have the emergency account. Now, in your emergency account, that's 3 to 6 months of bills saved up into your account, right? In case if you lose a job, in case, family member gets sick, you get sick, you just have that money saved. Next thing we have is retirement. Now, the reason why you have your retirement after your emergency account is because let's say something devastating does happen in your family, and you do not have an emergency account, the first thing you try and touch is your retirement. That's the last thing you want to do, because you get penalized and everything as well. So that's why retirement comes after the emergency. Next thing we have is college savings, for kids or whatever. You have kids, you want to send them off to college, or just if you have kids, you want them to have a better life than you did in the future. And then you want to focus on your goals and dreams, right? New house, new car. I'm having a couple new cars, a couple houses and everything, a couple businesses put together. Now, as you notice, debt isn't inside the financial house, because if debt was inside the financial house, what it'll do is smoke up all the money, right? So what it is, teach families how to eliminate debt. This is where debt is, right? The problem with most families, I would say 95% of people in America right now, is that they build their financial house from the top down. Meaning they buy the house they can't afford, they buy the car they can't afford, they even buy the phone they can't afford. It's crazy. So we, in this company, we just teach you how to build it from the bottom up, the right way. That's what Kisha and myself have been doing as well. When I first got started with this business, I knew nothing about saving money at all. Like I said, nothing. My father told me, "Hey, you should save money." Yeah, I'll do it. And eventually never get to it. So it was just a lot of discipline that you need as well. And when I met Kisha, she was all on saving money. All on saving money. I was like, "Oh, I'll take you out, let's go eat here, let's go eat there." "Yeah, we can go, but you need to save." "Yeah, whatever. I'm just taking out your money," right? So to tie everything in, this is how it looks when it comes to our finances. So for our life insurance program, how do you do this? With our life insurance program, we pay $65 a month for $500,000 of coverage each. When I first got into this business, Wesley set up a program for myself. I was only paying $16 a month for $50,000 coverage. So once I got this number up to $500,000, that's basically, this is her insurance, this is my bounty for my head. So I'm not sure if you guys are already married and everything, but your wife, she starts to look at you while you sleep. You ever woke up and your wife was looking at you while you sleep? She was thinking about this right here. The next thing we have the prepaid. All right, guys. So I can't actually. After we got married, I actually came to the office. And James was like, "Oh, you're still alive." I'm like, "You don't know." You don't know. But marriage is a wonderful thing. It's like having kids. Like, oh, the kids are the worst thing ever. That thing didn't happen in my life. But back to the house. Next, we have the prepaid legal services also. Now, how this has helped me out. I actually haven't, fortunately, I haven't used these privileges yet to, have to call a lawyer and all that stuff as well. But I have some stories to tell you guys. Actually, not too long ago, a guy, let's say Olivier, a guy named Olivier got his identity stolen. And the guy who stole his identity did fraud under his account. And then Olivier went to jail because the guy who stole his identity had fraud under his account. And he'll be in jail for months to even a year before they get everything handled. So you want to get stuff like, this is mandatory. The life insurance, retirement, all this stuff, all this right here is just straight mandatory. Another story is, I'm not sure if you guys heard about it, how a burglar broke into this guy's house, fell through the guy's roof, and sued the guy and won. Yeah, the guy broke into someone's house, fell through that guy's roof, and sued him and won the case. It must have been a house. So, and for someone like myself, when I first actually got my car when I was in high school, the end of high school, I got about 13 or 14 traffic tickets. So this is definitely something you guys should definitely, sell to 18-year-old people who are in high school. Just get a car, trust me, racing, anything from racing, running lights, speeding, I got no. So this is extremely important, especially I'm going to have the Ferrari 488. GTV, I'm going to have the Acura and SX, I'm going to have these fast cars, so I'm definitely do that.
Yeah, sure.
Next thing, our emergency accounts. We invest $100 a month into our emergency account, and we set up our bank to actually transfer $5 from the checking to the savings every month, just cause, right? You'll never see it, so you might as well use that for something. Next is our retirement. It's $100 a month for our retirement. So it's $50 for myself and $50 for her as well. Next is the college savings. I want 10 kids, so we're gonna start doing this soon, which we have to this coming up. She's gonna be pregnant her whole life. I'm gonna seek counseling from Ron and Steve Jackson. So next is our goals and dreams. Our goals and dreams, we invest into a TOD account, our business account, because we're gonna have multiple businesses in the future and also open up other businesses also. So we have a TOD account for our goals and dreams, which we also invest $100 towards our goals and dreams in the TOD account as well. Debt, we don't have any debt, no major debt. I mean, the only debt I have that's under my name that I looked up is from T-Mobile because, so I the free credit report, you check it, once for free. I checked it and I owe like T-Mobile like $30-something because they tried me one time and I was like, they tried me, so I switched services and never went back to them. So they'll call me, oh, $36. I'm not. Well, I'm paying the issue. But yeah, we don't have any debts. I didn't go to college. So no student loans. I wasn't going anywhere. It didn't make sense to me in high school, period. No student loans. My philosophy is, if you ain't got the cash for it, you don't deserve it. So if you have cash, you'll need credit. So I tell my family, and they're all like, what do you mean? I'm like, it's exactly. So, no debts. And after all this is, done as well, myself, I'm going to set up eventually, what Bill already talks about, having an allowance for your wife every week or every month, whatever he says. So I have to. It's like mandatory. So yeah. So that's exactly how our finances look. But Kisha's gonna go over more in the details of exactly the stuff that we do spend and the stuff that we don't spend. All right. Before I do this, I have to introduce her. My beautiful wife, fun-sized wife, Kisha Thomas.
like. But this here,
Yeah.
this over here is, basically what's mandatory. We pay ourselves as a bill. We don't see it as if we have extra money, then we'll go ahead and we'll pay for that. So it comes straight out of the account. Anything extra after our bills, which you'll see once he brings up here, we don't see it as in, let's say, our bills are usually about $1,200 a month. We don't say, okay, we made $2,000, so we have an extra $700 to spend or $800 to spend. We don't see it like that. We're like, okay, so we have more money to save, because hard times are going to come. So we always will immediately put an extra $100 into the emergency. I'll add more to the retirement and then the TOD account as well, because we want to open multiple different businesses. And so what we do is, we just keep our mindset on, well, especially myself, because Aaron, there's most people, they like to spend money because they just like to look nice, They'd rather look like money than actually have money, And so Aaron, it's not that he likes to look like money, he just likes to give all his money away. He can't have money in his pocket, So it's like it just burns. I know. Right? It's just, it comes from having a sincere heart. Like, why are you pulling that up? For example, I gave Aaron, so I don't give Aaron cash, he doesn't get cash. He uses the card so I can monitor everything. And so what happened is, I gave Aaron $20 and I said, when you go to the store, this item costs $3.27. Okay? So you bring me back the difference, okay? So Aaron comes back, I'm like, oh babe, where's the change? He's like, there was a homeless man and he was really hungry. And I was like, but I'm sure they give you $1.60. Like, you didn't want to give him the 60 cents or the dollar? Well, he was really hungry. And all I could do was laugh. It's like, it came from a sincere place, but I was like, okay, no more cash. So yeah, these are our expenses here, right? And one of the things that we do, we make it good. So we stay at home with my mom. We pay rent of $120, right? We do that to be able to, they understand what we're doing. They know what we're fighting for, and it's for them, right? So instead of going out getting our own place and paying rent somewhere else and paying more money, we stay with them. I pay for my mom's insurance because she's not that responsible to keep her insurance. So I make sure I have that on her. And then, of course, we have our insurance, our phone bill. A lot of people are like, we moved to Homestead, so we stayed here at like a Navy base. So the reception is terrible over there. So we moved from Kendall to Homestead, and it's just terrible. So people are like, oh, you should get Verizon and AT&T. And we're like, not at all. It's not happening. Right? So we got Cricket and Metro. Right? Our SunPass, that was very important because the SunPass, you end up paying between, $20, $60, $70 a month in SunPasses coming up and down and down. And it's because every time it goes below $10, they draft another $10 every single time. And so one of the ways that we reduce our expenses is I'm like, okay, well, we need to get up a little earlier to take the long way so that way, we're not spending all this money in Tulsa. That's a bill, So the max I'll let us go over is $20. That's if we're rushing to a next appointment or something like that, but not off convenience, just let's get there faster. No. With the car insurance, trip. Okay, so that's part of the deal. So we all know, and I tell the team that all the time, we all know at least 3 months from now there's going to be a trip. Usually it's about $150, usually $200. So there's 2 of us, so $50 each. So $100 a month we put aside immediately because we know a trip is going to come up. If we have to add to it, then we'll add to it. But for sure, we put that money to aside as a bill because it's going to happen. That's why when people that are on the team come to me and they're older than the team, they're like, can you sponsor me? I want to say no. Okay? You fill in the blank. Because it's like, you knew it was going to come just like I knew it was going to come. Right? And then if you can't go help a client get paid 3 days later, well then what you need to do is you can go on the side of the road, you can ask 150 people for $1. And some be like, oh, I'm not no bum. People get it confused. A bum is not somebody that asks for money. A bum is somebody that has no money. So you already crossed that line. So why don't you get out here and you get that money? Okay? Okay? Retirement, okay? They say the average couple, the average American couple only has $5,000 saved up. We came here because we didn't want to be average. So $5,000 was the minimum, you know. But when we first joined the business, Wesley set up our whole program. You know, he gave us $25 going straight to retirement, and we had $15. I guess we paid $60 for life insurance. He set that up immediately. I didn't understand what it meant, but you know, he said saving money, and I was already used to saving money. So when we did the retirement, I was like, before you know we even got together, before I got my securities license, I already had $5,000 saved, and the path was 100% going in because I already had a job. Aaron already had a job when he came in, so you were living fine with your job before Primerica. You'll live fine if you're keeping your job with Primerica. So just save as much money as you can. And then once I got licensed, so everybody kept talking about Strax, you know. So I was like, let me transfer this Invesco thing to Lake Mason, and that's what I did. And I upped it to $50 a month. And then I started the TOD, the transfer upon death account. I was doing 100 when I was working, and then when I went full time with Primerica and quit working at the hair store, I did my pack to 50%, and I lowered it to 50. But although I lowered it to 50, like I said before, anytime I would make, you know, I made up to 5,000 in 1 month here. I made 3,000, 2,000, whatever I made at that time, I would put the difference into that. I would always do that to make sure I had money as well, and I made sure Aaron did it as well. And then gas, of course, you can't really adjust that. And then, right? And so some of the things we cut back on is like, okay, date nights. Like Aaron was saying, you don't have to go out to the lavish places. You don't even have to spend money. I'm gonna have a terrible time if we spend money. So we might as well not spend money. So I don't care if it's $5. We just shouldn't spend money, right? And so we'll like play dominoes together. You know, we'll walk on the park. We'll have a picnic. We'll do stuff that, you know, it doesn't really cost any money. I remember because Aaron's birthday is May 24th, mine's May 22nd, so we celebrated in the middle. And so Cherry, my best friend, she had like this house that her balcony was so huge and big, and it was like covered with these white drapes. So we like set it up real nice and had candles and stuff like that. And then Cherry was like our server. She put together these games, right? All this is free, you know what I'm saying? But we had an intimate time. We had a good time doing that. You don't have to spend a lot of money. Getting our hair done. Wow. Okay. A lot of people look at me like, oh wow, she probably spends a lot of money on maintenance. That is not true. I promise you, you can look really nice on a budget. Like, I don't think anybody's as cheap as me. So you can ask my team, ask my family, nobody's as cheap as me. But I make it work. Anything nice that I've got is either a gift or something like that. Like, you know how you have wedding registries, you have baby registries. When my birthday comes, I have a registry for my birthday. I have a list of things that I want. I don't need to pay for it. I just be like, okay, well, next year I'll get this. It's on my list, right? You know, so... right, so with my hair, I do my hair. I used to, when I was working at the hair store, I used to pay $50, $60 to get my hair straightened. And I was like, I just watched the person and see how to do it myself until I got good enough to be able to do it. Same thing with Aaron. Aaron was paying $15 a month. We got together. He was like, oh, okay, he didn't know how to do it, so he's like $5. So he found somebody who could do it really good for $5. I'm like, that's not gonna cut it, you're gonna have to do it. You know what I'm saying? Right? So Aaron cuts his hair, right? So he's got really good at it, right? And then right, before our wedding day, he got his hair cut, which his friend paid for it. And then right, even for my wedding day, I didn't pay nobody to do my hair. My sister did my hair. And I wasn't going to pay anybody to do my hair. I didn't pay somebody to do my makeup. My sister did my makeup. And when it comes to my nails, I told Wesley, because one of the things I was so adamant about is I always got my nails done. From middle school all the way up, I'm just a girly girl, so I like to look nice. And so I would always get my nails done. And I thought it was like the cheap way too, because, I would just get refills, so then you don't have to keep paying to get a reset and stuff like that. And then I was like, wow, I really want to start that TOD account. So I cut off getting my nails done, and I told Wesley, I'm not going to get my nails done again until I hit over 20 recruits. Right? And so even for my wedding, if I wouldn't have hit 20, I wouldn't have got my nails done for my wedding. I just wouldn't have done it. I just walked up the aisle, whatever nails that I had going on. So, right? Because it's that serious. It's the little things. I learned that from young because, when I was in high school, my dad used to give us an allowance, right? And so he gave us $3 every day, to eat extra snacks up, but I never spent that. And I had a dream. I wanted this Volkswagen Beetle. It was so cute to me, little birthday girls, they have the flower in the little front, and I knew exactly which one I wanted. And so I was like, buy me a car. So I saved those $3, and after 4 years, like 3 months before graduating, I had over almost 2,800 saved. And with $3, so I used to tell them, it goes a long way. Stop spending it. If you add it up, it just drives me insane to see people spend money. You can ask them. I give them a hard time. If somebody gets out the car and they go in the store and pay for something, I don't care if this red gas station over there, and they have the 69-cent little Slurpee stuff. Do not get out the car and go get one of those. Every single time, I'm telling you, it drives me insane. So. Right? So I did that, and I was able to pay for my first car doing that. So I knew it was the little things that add up over time. And then I remember the stuff that closed. A lot of stuff was either given down to me. I have 2 older sisters, 2 adopted sisters. So either something was given down to me, we take care of our stuff, or like I said before, I tell people exactly what I want. I shop at the lowest of the lowest stores. You'd be so surprised. Even my jewelry, Michael Kors watches. You will find a nice watch between $20 to $50 a day. Those watches run way more than that. You don't have to spend all this money. These watches we got here, they're blueberry or something like that, Burberry or something. So they were